Welcome everyone. It is Sandra Alexei, okay? And I want to welcome you today. I am one of the co-authors of the book called Game Changer. It's a new model of relationship, very Aquarian, okay? I also have a website, and if you go into the show me part, it's my personal muse. So I do astrology, I do spiritual and business coaching for businesses, and personally I have authored other books, so you'll see that on the website, okay? And you can also see where Game Changer is if you want to order it. If you go to the top of the YouTube channel, it's a little picture there and it gives you the information. I also would really appreciate it if you would if you would subscribe, and if you would comment. If you make a comment, what I do is once a month, I just put everybody's I put their names in a little envelope and I do a draw, and somebody will get a mini reading. I do it via Zoom, okay? So we can have some fun. Very interesting. The month of April, we're in the I am presence of the Aries energy. We have a stellium in Aries. We have a new moon. We have a lot of challenges collectively. There's a lot of uprisings because it's all about freedom. There's a lot of things going on. Let's just put it that way. But I'm very, very excited. I'm doing a 3-part series. It will help you understand the transformation that started back in 2007 when Pluto went into Capricorn. Then I'm going to go through 3 distinct themes, okay? That's why I'm going to have 3 different videos to give you clarity. So this can help you. Okay, you'll understand as I go through it this morning. I want to thank you for taking your time. There's also always a written one on my Facebook. A lot of people like that because there's going to be dates, so you can actually print it off. Okay, so what do the lunar nodes in astrology represent? We start with a question. They're actually soul messages for humanity. That's my feeling. Most individuals know their sun signs. So I'm an Aries, I'm a Scorpio, I'm a Libra. There's 12 different astrological signs, which are individually ruled by specific planets. Okay. First, we have our own personal nodal axis and in different houses in our natal charts. And the different nodal axis carries a theme or a flavor for humanity and specifically for you. I am very excited to share the series of 3 nodal messages. Okay, so what I want to say right now, this is where I add sometimes into, I've got to put a little thing here so I know where I'm going. I add to my videos. So the way I say it when I work with an individual is I want you to think of, we are energy beings. I'm an evolutionary soul, more astrologer, okay, more transformative. So, and there's lots of different ones. They're beautiful ones. I interview them. As a matter of fact, I'm doing an interview for a lady tomorrow, this week, from England, an astrologer and psychic, okay? But so if you think that we're energy beings, I've had a near-death experience. So, I mean, to me, we just move to another dimension, to another universe, whatever, okay? That's your specific belief, okay? I have mine, and I'm very comfortable with mine. That's my knowing, okay? So we don't die. We cannot be destroyed. We're transformed. And that's what we talk about, the ascension process. We're transforming our consciousness. We're elevating our consciousness, okay? So now, let's play a little game. So we're in another space, another dimension, and some of you will know about the Akashic records and different spiritual things. But now it's like, okay, I see Earth. I think I'm going to come down here. I'm going to choose my mother and father. Okay. And because I have some things to teach them, I'm really pumped because guess what? I've learned a lot since I've been in this dimension. Okay. It's my spiritual university. And right now we're in our earthly university. So it's the non-physical and the physical. So if you consider now you're ready, you choose your mom and dad. So you look down or over here, wherever, to the earth. And what happens? You're going to be born and you're pumped because you know everything you got to do. The moment that you're born, you forget everything. Okay, that's it. Okay, so then you spend a lifetime trying to remember. Okay, and that's one of the things that I love about the old philosophers like Plato and Aristotle, and what it was like, what is the biggest thing we need, or what we're searching for is meaning, identity. So who am I and why am I here? And that's, I really relate to the Oracle of Delphi. Okay, it's like, know thyself. That's your very first relationship, and to thine own self be true. Okay, so that's where we come from, the notes. So I always think of it as sparkly fairy dust coming down the soul, and then it's born. You're born, and you forget everything. So first, I'm going to say that what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a series of 3. First, I want you to try and help you understand what the lunar nodes are in astrology. And right now, secondly, understanding the lunar nodal axis in effect now, which is Gemini Sagittarius, which is from May 6, 2020 to January 18th, 2022. And then we're going to do the one previously, which was the Cancer Capricorn lunar nodal axis, and that was from November 7th of 2018 to May 5th of 2020. And lastly, the next lunar nodal eclipse, which is coming to us, and I'm really excited about it, is the Taurus Scorpio, and that's January 19th, 2022 to July 17th, 2023. So what's in the stars for us, and what are we preparing for? Okay, I've had a fascination with the lunar nodes of astrology for years. I've been doing this for years. Then I had the opportunity, which is a lot of synchronicity in my life, to meet a very fascinating older European astrologer in Denver, Colorado, years ago while I was taking my consulting skills course. She had worked with the nodes for over 50 years. Wow. She was so wise. I was drawn to her. And she actually only used the nodes in her consultation and sessions. Now, there's many different types of astrology. There's many different astrologers. And to me, everybody and everyone has their place, whatever works. That experience had me embrace the intuitive soul evolutionary methodology of astrological counseling and consulting. I was blessed to have many teachers over my life, and I remember they would tell me I would find my personal calling with astrology through experimentation, because I really loved the transpersonal planets. So I have been blessed to meet fascinating individuals from all over the world since I belonged to astrological associations and organizations. Now, the lunar nodes in a natal chart are the only astrological bodies that always move backward because they're associated with our past lives, with our karma and destiny. They're different. We do have retrograde planets, okay, but the retrograde planets don't move back all the time. Okay, these nodal ones, the nodal bodies, they're called, okay. The fascination is still with me today as I continually study and attend weekly courses on Zoom to keep abreast. Now, the lunar nodes are messengers, and what they are doing, they're alerting you as an individual all about your spiritual life lessons and the keys to purpose, potential, meaning, and personal fulfillment. The natal position of the North Node, okay, reveals the qualities we need to develop. Only the south node, we call the descending node, is connected to past lives and past karma. So the south node represents kind of an insecurity, fear, our unresolved karma, but natural abilities, challenges, gifts, also the shadow that we need to sort out in this lifetime. So we clean it up, we understand the lessons, that there's no victim stance. This is where certain individual and experiences become a part of your life. So you meet somebody, it's like, wow, you get together with them, and then all of a sudden it doesn't work because you've resolved from a past life with them. Okay, quite simple. Not simple or easy to just be. Anyway, but that's what we're learning. Since the south node represents all your unfinished businesses from the past, you're now given the opportunity to understand and deal with it through your soul evolution. Okay, so that we say that there's two main emotions. One's love and one's fear. So the fear is where we don't want to leave the south node to go to the north, and the love is we trust, we're aligned with the divine, and we trust, and our life flows. The north node, we call the ascending node, is connected to our future, karma, purpose, karmic path lessons, and gives us the opportunity to change our karma and create and rewrite our destiny. The lunar nodes change signs approximately every 18 months, and there's also a collective theme for humanity and our own individual personal theme. They fall in the same signs that the eclipses are in when you were born. In this lifetime, your task is to finish what you started, fulfilling, resolving the south node mission by embracing the north node. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. So we have a totally different approach. Generally, the transcending nodes, the lunar nodes, changing signs, take 19 years to move around through all of the different signs. 18.6 years by mean node average. When the transiting nodes meet the natal nodes, it indicates a highly personal inner process, sometimes that can manifest in experiences or feelings that you feel fated in some way. These transits propel you towards the teachings of your north node and challenge you to recognize the qualities and limitations of the south node. Often they can be characterized by meeting people that can change your life or having a life-changing experience. Dreams, synchronicity, intuitive knowings can also play a prominent part in receiving the messages of the transit. Now, the lunar nodes come back home in your own personal natal chart, and countries have personal natal charts too, about every 18 years. So also, if you are approximately 18, 37, 55, or 74 years old, you will have your natal return, which is a time when you effortlessly move in the direction of your destiny. And that's for me in 2022. So I'm really excited. Now, if you are approximately 27, and remember 28 to 30 is our first Saturn return, maturity, 46, 64, or 83 years old, you will have your reverse nodal return, which is a time of adjustment, integration of what you've learned, and karmic, we call it recalibration. If you have the same lunar node axis with somebody else, you both are of the same soul tribe, so all flows. Okay, that's great to know for relationships. If you are opposite, you each have gifts you can teach each other. However, it can be incredibly challenging depending on the soul evolution and other aspects in the natal chart. So I have done sessions and readings for both. And guess what? For both, sometimes they've had to uncouple. Okay. The work, our individual, we call it the work, is to burn the dross, alchemy, is to integrate the south node with the north node. The gold is in the shadow. You will never get to the light other than through the darkness. The psychological rule says that when an inner situation is not made conscious, can't hide it, can't run, especially now, It happens outside as fate. The unconscious control, listen to this, unconscious control which our shadow can exert upon us also accounts for the self-destructive behaviors so many individuals struggle with and are unable to control despite consciously knowing they would be better off engaging in such actions. Many addicts, and guess what? We all have some kind of addicting behavior, okay, are driven by their shadow, which accounts for the internal war. We say, you know, our own demons, what are we feeding, which exists within them. One moment they tell themselves they're going to give up their addiction and live a clean life, and the next moment their shadow overrides their conscious ego, and they enthusiastically seek out the next drink, the next hit, the next sexual release, the next I'm going to go buy something, I'm going to eat something. As Robert Louis Stevenson notes in his book, The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, man is not one, but truly two. He has a conscious personality and a shadow, each of which often battle for supremacy within his mind. Carl Jung. The South Node is what you instinctively know from previous lifetimes or through genetic memory. What you are designed to keep doing because it feels safe and natural. Your South Node is a gift, something that is waiting to be birthed and brought to completion. However, you can stay stuck in your South Node gift. It becomes stagnant, rotten, and toxic because you choose not to change and evolve. Okay? Self-mastery, self-actualization is what you need to embrace. You can only heal and unlock your South Node, past karma, when you embrace your North Node. When you understand and complete the South Node lessons and integrate, then focus on the North Node as your compass. With new directions, everything flows in perfect alignment with the universe. Wouldn't that be great? Considering the different lunar nodal axis, if your birthday is around one of the dates of the eclipses, or if you have personal planets, that's why it affects a lot of people. So if your sun, your moon, your Mercury, your Venus, your Mars, or your angles, the ascendant, descendant, MC, or IC, are around the degrees of the eclipse, you will be especially influenced by the North Node and the South Node between the relevant dates that we talk about. Many blessings, much love, a great time to have a private session of reading. Let me assist you in looking at your nodal axis position for any understanding and answers, especially during these challenging times. I want to thank you for taking your time, and I would really appreciate it. I said, if you would like, comment, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, Game Changer, Game On Relationships. And the book is a great gift idea. And the bottom line is, for anybody that bought this, they will, the whole first chapter is 8 different areas of specific interactive exercises, questions you need to. I bet you if you did them now compared to a year ago, you would have complete different answers. And always remember, our first relationship is with ourselves, to know ourselves, and then to understand as we evolve and mature, we change and need to take time to reflect on who we are and what our needs are now in the moment. As I said, once a month I do a name for a mini reading. So I do it via Zoom, and so I'm drawing for April. And then I just contacted the lady actually for who won the March. She's a lady from Red Deer, but she's spending time in Arizona. So we are going to be doing her reading. What I do want to say, these are very challenging times, and if you do take the time to tune into this and kind of embody the messages, this is your first one. There's 2 more, okay? And I will put the written one up. I think you'll have a better understanding, and there will be more peacefulness, more faith, give you a better understanding. But what I do want to say is you're going to be shocked at what the next one says, how we're working out right now. And so sometimes I have to drive and I listen to the radio, and they have this thing on where it says, what have you what's happening with your partners when the lockout down and whatever. Well, I want to tell you the divorce rate is really high. A lot of people have been on a booze cruise because they don't know how to do it. We are going to have a lot of trauma because of the lockdowns. I'm not fearing. I'm just, this is the truth. It's like, okay, that's, you know, some people say to me, you know, sometimes you can be a little bit harsh. I want to tell you something. Everybody goes, there's truth and there's perception. And I'm actually going to do a little thing today on my Facebook for perception. You know, yes, we each can perceive something differently, but I will tell you two things you can't perceive differently. Some of you might have more. And if somebody could put one in, I might even give another free reading for them. What I perceive is when I get on a scale to check my weight, I can have 5 different scales. We know we have to kind of calibrate them all, put them on 0. Each one of those scales, I'm going to weigh the same amount. Number 1, unless there's a challenge with the scale. The second thing I do know is that when it comes to my bank account, at the end of every month, the truth is, this is how much money I have in my bank, unless the bank has made an error. So when it comes to perception of, okay, and so that's one of the things that we have to look at. And I listened to a lot of people that called in as I was driving, and they said, we realized that we are just totally different people now. And I realized that he really irritates me or she really irritates me, and I don't know how long we can go on. And so a lot of people stay in a relationship because they feel beholden. Number 1, they're afraid to leave. Number 2 or 3, what is the other one? They're afraid to leave. They can't take care of themselves. Okay. And then they're afraid to be alone. So there's a lot. And it's just like people don't want to leave the south node to go to the north node. They're going to stagnate there because they're comfortable. It's their comfort zone. Okay. And so really they're not engaged, but it doesn't matter. There's no right or there's no wrong. It is, how is your life working for you? Are you happy? Are you peaceful? Are you content? Are you youthful? Are you engaged in life? Are you feeling good? Those are the things you have to ask yourself. So many blessings, much love, and I hope that you have enjoyed this. And please share it. Okay? Thank you.